Good afternoon and hello, folks. My name is Rich Longo, and I'll be your host for today's presentation. Thank you for joining us for another Flycast Partners webinar. Today's webinar is on ITSM in the cloud. It's kind of part two of the webinar that our presenter, none other than Dan Podsobinski, presented to us a couple weeks ago, one of Flycast Partners' very own. Dan is an experienced IT professional with a demonstrated history of working in the marketing and software industries, skilled in digital marketing, social media, inbound marketing, enterprise software, sales, PaaS, partner management, and ITIL. Strong organizational and sales professional with a Bachelor of Science focused in Management Information Systems from the University of South Florida and social media marketing from the University of Tennessee. Before we get started, Dan, let me introduce our organization, Flycast Partners. We're here to deliver a seriously amazing IT experience. We were founded and staffed by personnel that have many years of experience in the IT space. We took the best ideas from these collective experiences and added the best components necessary to grow and become a leading value-added reseller in the North American IT market. We offer best-in-class implementation services and training in ITSM, ITAM, ITAOM, enterprise service management, and workload automation spaces, all using ITIL best practices. Our professional services can easily scale up or down to meet the IT needs of any customer, regardless of size, complexity, or budgetary restrictions. We offer implementation services both on-site and remote, as well as training to help reinforce your company's long-term IT success. Our ongoing remote administration support service offerings will enable you to focus on those normal day-to-day operations, saving you both precious time and money. Please feel free to call us at any time at 844-FLYCAST, that's 844-359-2278, or you can visit our website at www.flycastpartners.com. I encourage you to chat with one of our IT experts down here in the right-hand corner of the website. They'll be more than happy to answer any of your questions Monday through Friday during normal business hours. I also encourage you to check out additional technologies and additional options that are available to you that we offer here at Flycast Partners, as well as various services. Check out our webinars, our upcoming webinars. Find a topic that interests you and sign up for it. Invite your coworkers. Now, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and turn this over to the man of the hour, Dan Podsobinski. Dan, I have just relinquished control and given you control of the screen.
Thank you, Rich. Yes, sir. I see it here. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for attending again. Appreciate your time today as we are here to talk about IT service management, ITSM in the cloud. So as we there we go. As we jump to our screen here, let me minimize my controls here. All right, now I can see better. All right. So the talk today, we're going to talk a little bit about IT service management. What is it? What are at a high level, and then as well talk about IT service management in the cloud and what that brings to organizations like yourselves and our customers as well. We have several customers in the Flycast cloud already, and we have some data points from them as well. But challenges around IT service management and the need to improve that as it relates to measures from a title that we all care about immensely is the CIO of an organization. Their measurements are in terms of IT's contribution to the business strategy. That's a key measurement, and as you see, some of these numbers are on the low side. So we definitely have the skills and the capabilities to elevate how IT is perceived as adding, contributing to the business strategy. And IT service management plays a huge role in that as well in terms of user and customer satisfaction. That we'll definitely touch on some capabilities here that cloud offerings help and as well contribute to that value, as well as adding value of IT to the business. So some challenges there we are going to touch on and cover today in today's webinar. And there's there we go. Okay, if I could just get to go to the next screen here. There we are. All right. So increase user engagement and satisfaction. So some of the solutions to these problems are obviously putting the end users in control of their destiny, so to speak. So is the statistic here shows 80% of end users try to solve a problem first, and before they call the help desk. And there's some IT service management tools in the tool bag or tricks in the tool bag that enable that to happen. And those and as we tie this to the cloud, as we're really talking about IT service management in the cloud, self-service access from anywhere on any device is definitely something that cloud solutions offer, and ours is in that same category as well, with a lot of creative and effective self-service portals and catalogs that we offer. The service catalog has been around IT service management for many years, but again, offering a true value of services to the employees on what they really want to see and what they expect from IT. And those are the key metrics there. What do they expect from IT, and does IT deliver it? So making the end users and enabling the end users to be in charge of those, as well as searching for knowledge and having access through any device, mobile devices, as well as 24/7. Those are some of the solutions that we offer in our cloud solutions. So good stuff there. Another capability is, and again, positioning this for Flycast in the cloud, and that's kind of what I'm going to keep trying to tie back to in terms of integrations and automation. What our teams have the expertise and to tie back any number of point solutions into a cloud environment to automate and integrate your IT service management solution to that metric. The and I've got some noise on my line here. Sorry about that. I apologize for that, everybody. But integrations and automation, that's a great way to simplify IT, automate and simplify the IT organization. So IT can do what IT is supposed to do, right? Which is add value to the business, do more with less. Is some of the things I'm sure challenges are out there. But again, back to the end users, they IT strategic priority for IT service management is, again, users expect an engaging experience. The end users want to be in control. They want that 24/7 access, immediate gratification, and all these other balls here that are out there, the purple balls. But the point here is that let's put the users in charge of their own destiny, and that's it done with automation and integration. So Flycast partners in your team here, we have the expertise to do that with any number of tools, whether they be remote control tools, patch management tools, software deployment tools, email and asset discovery tools. Behind the scenes, all those things have to integrate and play well together. And our cloud environment does allow that. And again, it puts the end users back to the forefront of who we need to take care of as IT professionals. So here, back to do more with less. That was a topic I touched on here a little while ago. Doing more with less in terms of discovery, in terms of discovering inefficient processes and redundant activities, discovering assets, discovering servers, discovering desktops, discovering all these different parts and pieces that IT is responsible for, and then providing insight into those systems, tools, processes with good relevant data that provides good feedback for management, your management team, our management team, and the Flycast partners, account managers, and they're a huge part of this equation for delivering IT service management to you in the cloud, because your Flycast team, account management team are very well seasoned IT service management professionals, IT asset management professionals. They can provide strategic direction over the long course of time. And our account management team has been around for years. So they're seasoned professionals. They have come up through the ranks. There's a number of certifications that the account management team has, as well as the rest of the Flycast partner staff. I mean, Flycast has, a good 50 plus employees, all fantastic IT service management for professionals. So we can definitely tie the right resources together with the specific need, but providing insight, providing leadership guidance, we definitely have the skills to do that. And then in terms of taking action, we will actually configure your tool, your ITSM tool in the cloud, however it needs to be configured for the current initiative, that's being targeted for the continual service improvement. Because year over year, IT needs to improve. The tools need to improve. It's not enough to just kind of tread water by just doing software updates and not gaining additional functionality, not gaining additional efficiencies. So that's where we actually step in. We provide that guidance for your instance. But behind the scenes, we also update, patch levels and all those other things we'll touch on here in a little while. But we take the action from a behind the scenes standpoint as well as at the forefront of where you're at and some with strategic direction. Back to automating and automation. So with automations, benefits you'll see would be increased speed, reduced cost, and improved quality. So those go back to the common measures of CIO performance about contributing to the business strategy, user, customer satisfaction, and the value of IT to the business. I mean, automation ties back to all of those extremely well. So that's a benefit for IT service management with automations and the Flycast Partners team as well. So taking a step back to what is the Flycast Partners Cloud? Right, good question. So so it is, for one, it's a great value. And it's a great value for one just because that's all we do is deliver IT service management in the cloud time and time again. So our team is focused on back end trivia, as I call it. What versions of the database go with what versions of a product, with what versions of integrations. We do that stuff day in and day out. So we know the answers. It doesn't take a whole lot of coordination from our perspective to do that because we do it all the time. It's as well, the Flycast Partners Cloud is secure. It has a number of certifications, security certifications. It's behind the scenes. It's Microsoft Azure. So there are virtually hundreds of certifications and certification documents that are available to validate that for your IT security assessments and all those things. Being Microsoft Azure, it is scalable. So any way you'd like it, it can continue to grow with adding additional capabilities, additional servers, additional capacity. Very easy to do. And again, it's managed by experts, which the Flycast Partners Cloud team are experts in a number of IT service management tools, Avanti being one of those. Avanti is a relatively new name, but it has some legacy for all the folks that remember Heat, Landesk, and some of those technologies in the past. They have rebranded as Avanti. So good company, broad and deep pedigree of technology. Same for BMC Software. BMC is a multi-billion-dollar organization as well. Great technology tools with BMC Client Management, Footprints, Trackit are two of the names that a lot of folks know. And then there's Sharewell Service Management, as well as Sharewell Asset Manager. And great tools, ITIL certified, lots of capabilities there. So again, our team is well versed in all of those, as well as Microsoft Azure behind the scenes for the platform to deliver these products on. And then the installation choices. So our cloud actually comes a number of different ways. It's really whatever you need. For a smaller customer, a smaller installation, I should say, a small installation with maybe 4 or 5 users, 10 or 20 users, just a single installation where a production environment is all that's necessary, or maybe it's just an archive environment. to maybe archive an old version of a system that's being decommissioned or the hardware is being decommissioned, but the data has to be accessible for a number of years for corporate governance. That is one of the customer environments that we can deliver on. And more enterprise installations where there's a production environment as well as a development environment and perhaps a test environment. It can be a number of different environments. That is a capability that we offer, and then custom environments, anything in between. It's whatever customers need. We have the expertise and the flexibility to be able to deliver that for you. And then installations as we talk a little bit more about the Flycast Partners Cloud. So we actually install your whatever licensing you have. And the vendors we mentioned have a number of different licensing models and licensing types, whether it's a perpetual license, a subscription. Is it is it an on-premise installation you have today, or are you moving from a cloud environment to a cloud environment? We'll understand all those complexities and tie it into an environment in our cloud. So we support anything. We can relicense on your behalf. We can take your perpetual licenses and have them installed in our environment. And then the maintenance renewals on the traditional telephone support and updates. Your Flycast account manager can also coordinate all of those transactions into one nice transaction. Test environments, as I mentioned earlier, we definitely can maintain a development and test environment for you if that is desired. Software adjustments. So in terms of configuring forms and screens and reports, we do all that. I mean, we have a remote administration team that has processes in place and a team in place with expertise in all the products to actually achieve that. And there's the first of every month, there is a report that is delivered to each customer individually, tailored to your environment, to talk about what we have done and what is to be done, what's remaining, and all the high-level stuff as well in terms of account activity. So a lot of good information there, but bottom line is we'll tweak the system however you need it, and you can actually just be focused on adding more value to your IT organization and not being a tool jockey with just transitioning the ITSM tool to add a new field for zip code plus 5 or something like that. So we do all that. Then we also perform standard maintenance with patches and updates as Avanti, BMC, or Sharewell comes out with patch updates or version updates. We will coordinate and deploy those and install those for you in a mutually agreeable manner. But standard operating procedure. We have project managers that coordinate all of that for us on your behalf as well, and work with you on that to have a launch date that is in alignment with your expectations. We also monitor performance. How well does the self-service portal perform for the end users? Because again, we realize they're very important to us and you for your CIO scores. So must keep the end users happy. So we definitely monitor performance and troubleshoot and restore services as needed with automated tools on our behalf. ITSM in the cloud. So from our standpoint as well, we provide VPNs to integrate different systems, whether it just be AD and email. Perhaps there's some asset discovery tools, asset deployment tools. All those are integrated via VPNs or other technology as necessary. Backups, we perform backups on an unlimited basis, and I won't really read all these to you, slide by slide here, but it's a very robust offering that is focused on providing responsiveness and security and everything you would expect. IT service management guiding principles. So actually before we jump into this slide, let's take a quick minute here and ask a couple survey questions. Let's call up the survey here. Got a few polls. Let's see what we all think here. So, in terms of your organization and where you are at on the IT service management journey, let's see here. Let's take a poll. So, are you just starting this IT service management journey, or where'd you say you are? Have you just started, or have you mastered the basics, or are you do you have very mature processes with solid metrics? Let's take a minute and see what we get here. Got quite a few attendees, so let's get some action here.
We've got them. We've got the polls coming in so far. It looks like have mastered the basics seems to be at the top of the list, with about a third of our audience saying that they're just starting, and so the majority here have mastered the basics, and a third are just starting.
Very good, very good. Yep. So definitely, I would say, to address that from the Flycast perspective, we can actually continue to provide strategic direction on where to go next, because IT service management has 52 management disciplines, right? Or more or less, depends. There's high level disciplines, and then it starts to get more granular. But which of these things do we should a company focus on next? We definitely have the team to help mature those processes, make sure metrics start to be lead to the next logical continual improvement initiative. So we definitely can do that for you. But so sounds like it's good that everybody's got the basics mastered. A majority of you have the basics mastered. Good stuff. Another question here. So how long have you been using your current IT service management tool? So is it a brand new out of the box within the year or two? More mature, more longer, I should say, 4 to 5 years, or is it 5 years plus? So let's see what we get here. And we're actually going to share some good information on where to go next with as it relates to IT, the latest and greatest IT service management best practices.
So far, our entire audience is saying that it's 5+ years. So these guys have been in it for a while.
Oof. Okay. Good stuff. All right. 5 years?
5+ years. That seems to be across the board.
All right. Thank you, Rich. Let's go to the next poll here. Okay, I got to close one poll to start a new poll. I got one more poll question here. Okay, is your current ITSM tool in the cloud? So if those are 5 years old, everybody's on the tool for 5 years. I'm going to guess it's a no. We're going to see quite a few no's. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's some no's there. Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, it's 100% no across the board.
Yep.
No one's in the cloud yet.
There we go. Boy, do we have the solution for you. All right, we got looks like 60% of the folks have voted. So all right, that's quite a number to be all in the cloud. Good stuff. All right. Well, yeah, there's definitely some benefits to migrating to the cloud. So so let's touch on what so where you're at today, and then where should you go tomorrow, right? So this is what the latest and greatest version of ITIL tells us, and I'm going to build out this slide here for the next few minutes, but just to do a high level on the current version of ITIL. ITIL is the IT infrastructure library. It is a series of best practices on how to run IT service management, and Flycast Partners has a number of ITIL certified folks in the on the team. One of those being Chuck Spencer, and Chuck has some great webcasts out there that really drill into this in a lot more detail. So if you haven't seen those webinars from Chuck Spencer lately on ITIL 4. A lot of good information. And actually a couple of these slides are from his presentation. But guiding principles, where should IT organizations go with as it relates to IT service management? So obviously the first thing is to focus on the value. What value needs to be achieved today? Is it just incident management? Is it triaging working on first call resolution rates? Maybe it's more around service asset and configuration management. But where's the value, that the low hanging fruit? What low hanging fruit can we get to help you guys today? So that's one of the things. It also says to start where you are. So wherever you're at today, let's start there. We can move that to the cloud, and then we can chart a course for you can make consistent progress, iterative progress with feedback. And this kind of has a look and feel of a social media kind of a 5-star, 4-star rating kind of a thing. And that slide's kind of intended to speak to the end user satisfaction as well as within IT, just continual improvement. It's now called CI. It used to be continual service improvement, but it's all about getting better. It's the name of the game. Day over day, week over week, month over month. Just continue to have IT do things better. In terms of having collaborative tools within the IT organization with the end users, great stuff to promote a level of visibility. That speaks back to the end users want to expect. They don't want. They expect an engaging experience from one of those early slides. So make sure that in terms of collaborating, promoting visibility to the end users as well, because they're the ones that rate the CIOs. And then think and work holistically. This is a huge one. Again, as ITIL has, a number of disciplines, 24 high-level management disciplines, 52, more granular disciplines, working holistically. There's a lot of different silos within IT. Sometimes, there's the desktop team, there's the server team, there's the help desk, there's the change manager, project managers. There's a number of different teams, right? DevOps teams. Everybody, an IT service management tool that works together really supports working holistically. So good stuff. And that is, again, is one of the guiding principles of IT service management. Keep it simple and practical. I worked on a project over at FedEx. It was KISS, keep it super simple, was the acronym there. But again, keep it simple. Let's not have hundreds of choices. The FedEx choice was actually, I think, 6. It was the top 5, and then number 6 was other. So keep it super simple. If you got to start drilling down into those others, let's do it. But again, let's continually pick off the big items, and then optimize and automate, integrate and automate. Those processes that can be automated and optimized with integrations are always going to be huge. So another IT service management guiding principle, I think we touched on that. And then the key IT service management practices. And these are some of the, typically in an IT service management tool, these are some of the programs, the menu selections, the modules that are in a lot of the popular programs. So in terms of information security can come a couple of different ways. More from automations as well as requests, just end user requests to open a port on a firewall. Maybe there's a potential security breach that needs to be sent over to IT. And those can be manual. Typically, those are more automated. But key IT service management practices all around information security, big number 1. Number 2 is service request management. That's putting the end users in charge of their own destiny, so to speak. What are they requesting? Let them request it via a portal So they have the ability to request it, to check on the status of it, and and to initiate that request, so it's not being done via email, it's not being done via a telephone call. So IT can make sure to get all the information they need at the front end, not periodically as they go back and forth with some kind of an email dialogue. So good stuff with a good practice to have a very robust service request management platform or portal. Incident management and problem management, I kind of lob those two together. Um, Incidents, just asking for something. Problems is identifying things that keep happening that shouldn't. So good tools can tackle those, and your Flycast Partners account manager can definitely drill into the finer points of the differences between incident and problem management. Change control is also a huge IT service management practice that adds value to the organization. Changes are one thing, and coordinating changes is huge. But then also the second part of that equation is, what are you changing? So what assets are being touched? What applications are being touched as programs or assets to the organization as well, and coordinating those, the hardware and the software, as well as the people and the processes behind it. So change control can be very, 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 very huge in an IT service management platform. Service level management as well. What are the expectations of turnaround time? How quickly should we respond to an end user based on what they just requested in that service request portal, and what has been communicated back to that end user as what time should they expect a response? An acknowledgement, a completion, an update, an escalation, an approval, if an approval is necessary from one of their managers on their side first, before that request can then go formally to IT. But service level management. So what are the times between all those points? Measurement and reporting. We've got to know how good we're doing. We've got to know how good they're doing. We've got to, again, have good metrics, good data, so we can make decisions on, number 8, continual improvement. So we can always get better. Where are we today, and where can we go tomorrow to get better? Then just I'm just gonna ignore this multicolored ball to the right, but that's the latest and greatest ITIL 4 metric in terms of what is ITIL 4 about, and it addresses organizations and people and technology and business partners and suppliers, as well as value streams, workflows, and processes. So you'll start to see this as you start to see more things about ITIL 4 out there. And again, Chuck Spencer can talk through about this for days. So watch some of those seminars, and a lot of good information. And let's see, before we jump to this wrap-up screen, I've got one more survey. Let's launch out our survey here. Survey number 4. What is the biggest IT service management challenge that you have in your organization? Is it around information security? That's self-service portal, the service request portal. Was it around incidents management, incidents, problems, and changes? What do we have there? Let's see, we're thinking. All right, got the assets. Yeah, assets is a tough one. Servers, desktops, infrastructure. Yes. Yep. And there's typically a lot of different tools, or not a lot perhaps, but 2 or 3 at least, tools that have to be integrated to really pull off a solid asset management project, a comprehensive one. Some organizations just do desktops, some just do servers, some just alerts when servers go down, but we really don't track what applications are on the specific servers. We should, but anyway, that's your Flycast team can talk to that. And then
Looks
information
like our
security
audience is totally split here in thirds between information security, service request portal, and assets. It's a third of each.
Yeah, very good. Thank you, Rich. Yeah, information security is going to be big, obviously, and security is always a huge topic. So, yep, thank you for sharing that information. Good information there. All right. Um, so wherever you are today, in summary, Flycast partners can really take you where you are today, and tackle the challenge that you are facing, whether it be around information security, service requests, assets. There's definitely a continual service improvement cycle that we can would be happy to be a part of. So um, we can definitely help you do more for less, and we appreciate and the opportunity to do that for you. So as we wrap up here, questions. I know I've touched on a couple of different huge topics. One, IT service management. One, the cloud is another one. So, do you have any questions? We've got a few minutes left here.
Folks, please utilize the questions portion of this GoToWebinar. We've also got a chat section, so wherever you feel comfortable, if you type the question in, we'll try and get an answer for you now. It's a lot of information you covered today, Dan.
Thank you, Rich. Yes, sir. Yeah, it's a broad subject. Bottom line is, IT is not easy. I mean, the help desk, the change management team, IT's got a tough road to hoe, and you know, keep everybody's businesses with the lights on, right? So, what the value that we bring to the table is the IT teams can still focus on their core business, and we help tie all these IT service management systems together in our cloud environment. So keeps things simple, very cost effective, and adding value to the organization.
It doesn't look like our audience has any questions, but folks, if you're just simply afraid to ask your question here, by all means, you can email that question to us at info@flycastpartners.com. Reach out to us and call us at 844-FLYCAST. That's 844-359-2278. Or go to our website and chat with a live IT expert Monday through Friday during normal business hours. We'll be more than happy to answer your questions for you. With that being said, thank you, Dan. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Rich. Thank you, everybody, as well. Appreciate your questions, comments.
Audience, we appreciate your time today and taking out from your busy schedules. I'm sure it's always appreciated, and I'm going to wish you a great weekend.